Am I live? Don't know if I'm live. Babies, it's been that kind of day. You can see that I am still writing little notes here. I've got my numbers in order. I got nothing else in order. It's been a day. So, okay, so the notice just went out. I don't know that anybody's here yet. Let me clear all of that. You can tell it's a little dark. That'll be fixed. Give me a minute. No. Got it. Got to take the volume down. Well, we're going to have wonky echoes. Hi, Val. I see you coming in there. It's been a day. Honestly, not 11 o'clock now. Not 30 minutes ago, I had a kitten hanging on the chandelier. I need a minute. I just need a minute. I'm just so done with everything today. It's leaking. It's rained all day. It's been a day. You ever had one of those? You started off great. And then, as the day went on, it just wore you down a little more and a little more and a little more, and a little more. I even took a nap for an hour, hoping that would make it all better, and woke up to the heaviest rain we've had all day and it leaking in my son's bedroom on the floor, because there is one little crack, which it rarely leaks in there, but it decided to leak in there today. Love the doll. What doll? Oh, you got a doll? I got it. Oh, the house. See what I mean? The brain is not going to be all there tonight. I'm telling you. This is only at 37%. So we are on the old phone tonight because I could not find a modern and long extension cord to be able to keep the phone plugged in and plug in the ring light. So I have this old extension cord, which I suspect the end of this is Bakelite. All I know is it's hard plastic and it's dark brown. But there's a floor plug underneath the server back here. And through some miracle that I am so thankful for, it's still plugged in and still works. There we go. We got to turn that down a bit. I'm going to be whited out. I know. I'm always whited out. I have no foundation on tonight. I don't care. Y'all are lucky I have eyebrows and mascara. Okay, so I need to put this where it's safely on the floor. I have locked the kittens in the basement. Hello, Nora. So, if it looks like I'm a little cramped, I absolutely am. I estimate that there are 75 boxes of stuff just in the playroom. This morning, yesterday morning, because Mike had off yesterday too, he took the stuff up to the third floor because there was a massive, those tall moving boxes that are about 3 feet high, yay big square. One of those with just says fur on the side. It is completely filled with fake fur fabric. That went up to the third floor closet. There were 2 boxes that were all Christmas stuff. They went up there. And under the bed box, which is too long to fit under my little twin bed, and so there was nowhere for it to go except into that closet. And then there was a samovar, gorgeous, lovely old Russian samovar that I absolutely love and will not be getting rid of. That had to go to the attic. because that way it's safe. It's where it needs to be. And so there's what? That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes up there. Kind of think there was something else that went up there, but let's say 5. So now we're up to 80 boxes. I have all this. You want to see this? Look how close you are. You're inches away from, and it goes way. I can't even get you up there. I don't know how many. I have no idea. So I'm thinking we move, because not only is there stuff at this end, there's stuff at the other end of the dining room too. So I think we moved 100 boxes easily, probably about 110 back into the house. So I'm claustrophobic. This is beginning to make me feel like it did when I first had to empty the last storage unit. And I couldn't, usually when that happens, I go outside, I work in the garden for an hour, I come back in, I'm refreshed, I've been out in the open, I come in, it's been raining all day. So I'm kind of like frazzled. Not tired, because I did take a nap, but just fatigued from it all, and from feeling like I'm, boxed in so much. So, yeah, it's a lot of boxes. But with how packed it is right now, is how it was when after Mom died, and then I got downsized out of a job at the art museum. And if you're ever in the state of Delaware, if you're ever in northern Delaware, or in the lower area of the bottom corner of Pennsylvania, you're below Philadelphia, head to Wilmington. It's on the outskirts of Wilmington, the Delaware Art Museum. Largest pre-Raphaelite collection in the United States. And it is one of only 2 museums that have at their core massive illustration art collection. It actually was founded to house Howard Pyle's illustration art. And we, without realizing it, know a lot of Howard Pyle pirate art, because that's pretty much where we get our view of it. I absolutely love that job. I'd go back there in a heartbeat. But when I was downsized from there, I had to move all that last storage unit here, and it didn't all fit. Some of it's out at my sister's still. 12 years later, some of it's still out there. But I would bring a couple boxes back, work on them, but there's still some out there. But this is what it was like. This is what the living room was like. This high up. You guys see the living room is kind of lower. You can actually see to the other end when I'm at my desk. That other end was like this. Almost, these are 9-foot ceilings, and these piles are easily 7 foot tall, because they're way taller than me. So that's what it was like. And so you guys didn't see that was my starting point. So when I tell you, no matter how bad it is at your house, you can do it and give yourself a break, because it does take time. Now you know how much I really mean it, because I've already been through it. This is getting to me a little bit, because I feel like I'm having to do it all over again. Yet I know it's not that bad, because a lot of these boxes are marked. See, a lot of what I got was not marked. So, I think about a third of these boxes, maybe half, are marked. So that's already ahead of what I had. So I'm working on it. So I would have fun as a docent. I really would. I worked in the gift shop, and they wouldn't let her give me the title of assistant manager, but that basically was what I did, because they felt like if you give her the title, you have to give her more money. And I went, you already gave me more money when you bumped me up to full time. You don't. It's a matter of respect. Give me the title. If you're making me do the work, I should have the title, regardless of the money. I was okay with just staying at the same salary that you bumped me up to. You already gave me a raise. Give me the respect. So, but that was the only drawback. That to me was really the only drawback of working there. And how many jobs can you ever have like that where there's just one drawback? I loved it. Let's see, what have you guys been saying? I know Val is here, Nora's here, Gritty Gret, hello, Jeanette Randall, hello. Yes, and oh my, it is a lot of boxes. In the day, when we have a day with sunlight, there was absolutely no sunlight. I might make a video that gives you a tour of all the, one of those where I'm just going to put it out there and bear it all. I'll show you each end of the living room. I'll show you the playroom. I'll show you both ends of the dining room. I'll show you where there's a pile of stuff in the kitchen because we were trying to sort out some of the pantry. I'll take you up to the third floor, show you how things are in there. If you've ever seen any of the videos with me up in the attic, you know what the attic's like because that hasn't changed. That is, that's way above me. That is out of sight, out of mind. I am not, as long as there ain't no leaks in the attic, I am not in a position to be worrying about the attic. But I think it would give some of you a good idea of, one, for those of you who don't have it as stuffed as this, or aren't facing a parent's house that is stuffed like this. It'll make you thankful, because sometimes we need reminders to be thankful for what we've got. And other times it's if she can do that, I can do this. If she can, I'll just keep working along and I will be your cheerleader. I will keep you, try to help keep you motivated. If you get really worn down, email me. I'll give you an answer. And Irene, if you are watching, because Irene Fink got a hold of me, I really thought I had taken care of this lovely lady back when she got a hold of me in October. I even had found a second of the item and it never showed up at her house. And I really thought I had taken care of it. And I did tonight. I had to find all the paperwork because PayPal only keeps stuff for 1 year. And then even I thought it was archived. I thought I had an archive of it, but I could not find it. But I also can't get to my desk. All the stuff that hadn't been packed, because I haven't been able to do any packing because we knew this was coming. But I put everything in boxes and that's all safely at my desk, but it's blocking the way to my desk, which is why we're in here tonight. In the little cubby hole. So I do have the Santa that the zombies ate his brain. I did say I would bring the Santa tonight. I have the other girly candles. I have some other candles. I did not find the vintage Valentine cards. I put them somewhere where I knew they'd be safe. Poof. I have spent most of today looking for them and trying to see if I had any other Valentines and going through some boxes. I thought one box behind me says Avon Collectibles, so we put that there thinking that'll be great. No, it's all craft stuff. All craft stuff. So yeah, no. So that didn't work out, but we'll do the sale and then we'll see what time it is, because there is a box that says Vintage Nancy's Breakables that I sat right here. And I opened it up and the first thing I saw was a fairy. Where'd you go? Are you on the other side? Where are you? Well, that quick I lost it. But I saw a vintage fairy. There it is. I saw a vintage fairy. And half of, and I hope the other half is in there. I absolutely love these. Oh wow, that's still too bright. No, I don't want blue. I want less. There we go. There we go. Now it's not quite. It's still kind of whitening out the color. But there's two chicks and a sail. Where's that cat? There we go. So I'm hoping the bottom is in there. This one It's made in Western Germany. I have a few, not many, from the house in Norwood that just say made in Germany. Really old ones. But they're those old paper mache Easter eggs. I love those things. I think they're cool. I think, to the best of my knowledge, I have maybe 7 of them now. Now, look at this little guy. He is not for sale. Isn't he so cute? Look at those wings. He's adorable. He's Bisque. Not a huge fan of Bisque, but he was in there, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a fun box. Even if it's just show and tell, this will be a fun box. So after the sale's over, if we have time, if not, I'll just make a video of it for you. But we'll see what we got here. Why are you vibrating? Because I got an email. All right. From Maria, California Thrifter. I'm trying to see about having guests come on to sales, and I've got to see who can actually be here at this hour, or do we need to find another time? And so hopefully I will get, there's a couple people I'd like to get on, but I don't know that it would be at 11 at night. Well, we've been trying to work it out. We keep talking about dancing around it is what we keep doing, but we haven't actually set a time or day or anything for me and Lisa at Flippin' Crazy. But I want to get that done soon. Like, maybe not this month, because I need to organize. I mean, you guys know, I end up rooting through boxes trying to like find something, but I need to have a little bit of time to methodically go through. And I have these little drawer cabinets. We put them here so that I could put littles in the drawers and keep things, that I know I'm going to sell. I could just tuck it in a drawer and it's right there and I can work on it. So we got her, Maria, Cat. Which one of the cats? One of the cat channels with cat in their name. Hey, I'll take both. I would love to get Trisha on here some night, because she's had me as a guest so many times on hers. I would love to get Trisha to stop in and be here for a sale on mine. I think that would be so cool, because she has just been such a doll and had me on her channel numerous times. So yeah, it is always good to find something that makes you happy when you work. And I have to remember, with that camera, I absolutely have to face that way for the mic to pick up. So let's sit that under here. Oh, I found some. Okay, I don't know if there's a market for old Polaroids, but these are all going to my cousin who's in Texas. But I started laughing when I found this picture from 1978. He was 10 years old. Now tell me that a 10-year-old boy with this is not the happiest boy on the planet for the summer. I just started laughing. His daughters are going to just crack up when they see that. So I'm going to get them out in the mail to him. He's going to love it. All right, this is my power cord. Kittens will not be joining us tonight. I have had my fill of them. They are in the basement. After the bit with the bringing, Gimli, a couple of them were up on top of this big pile. Come on, railing, get in there. And Gimli decided that he was going to try to walk down another flattened cardboard box that's back there, and he started to slide. So what did he do? He grabbed the chandelier, the 1911 brass chandelier, which probably originally was gaslight, because originally this end of the house was gaslight, because we found the pipes in the basement that correspond on either side of the window here, and then I found one when my dad went to put in a light because there were no lights in the room upstairs, he put in a light near where my sister's desk had been, and he found the pipe up there for a gas light. Can't lose this. I dusted what I could. I can really only work on this on bright sunny days, but I've got a stiff paintbrush, and I went and I dusted all the molding and got all that tidied up today. Two people in the comment section had said, you know, I should just go ahead and just give this to them, clean the dust out of it and clean the dirt out of it, but just let them. But their mom, my niece-in-law, is there's some health issues there going on right now, which are not my tale to tell, but just anytime internal organs are involved, it's serious. So say a prayer for them. But that's why I am willing to take the time. And besides, it makes me really happy to have something to do besides sorting out stuff. And there's a whole bag of wallpaper here that Mom had bought. So if I just clean the floors, because the floors are, the dust is like right into the grain of the wood. So I will clean up the floors. I will put new wallpaper on. And if I need to, and I will check this before I put new wallpaper up, if there's a chair rail right here. If some of the windows have some scuff marks on the white, I might need to touch up the white paint, like the chair rail, the window frames. I don't think I need to do the staircase that's here, but I think some of the windows, I may end up touching them up. And then the wallpaper and cleaning the floor, and that's it. That's it. And any spot I find where like there are certain key points, like where the base meets the outer wall, where the glue has popped at spots. So I'm going to re-glue those for structural integrity. Hello, Jennifer. And Sherry's here. So that'll be a short series. I put the first one up. I changed the title because it's not really so much restoring it as it is tidying it up, because it has all those dust in it and all of the furniture as well. It was all just covered in dust because there's no door or anything to stop the dust from getting in. So that'll be a series to watch for. Those will be posted every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. That video will post, because I want to work on this. I have started making a schedule, and I want to try to work on this for I have blocked out 2 hours every day because I need the sunlight behind me. So that means I got to do it in the afternoon. So that'll be a time when I can take a break and do something in here. And hopefully it'll go quickly. And I'm hoping that I'm not hoping. It will be out of here before Valentine's Day. That's the goal. It will be out of here by then. It needs to be. I need the end of this desk. So that's where things are going in my life right now. And I lost the phone already to see the chat. Hello, Virginia. I don't recognize your name. I think you might be new. Hello. Welcome. I'm trying to find a spot where I can sit that phone and see turn around, see the chat, and not knock things over. That's my and I need my numbers where I can get to them and not lose them. So welcome to the claustrophobic Thisoverstuffed house. No, that's not going to work. Put them up there. So, as usual with any live sale, my email is right there. And if you haven't purchased from me before, if you get anything tonight, I need your name, your YouTube name if it's different, your address, and your PayPal email, because I invoice through PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, that's fine, because you can always pay as guest through PayPal. I use Pirate Ship to ship. Shipping costs are not included in the price. There'll be a couple of offer ups. It is a very eclectic mix tonight, simply because Enough said, boxes. And if you have something that I still haven't shipped yet from 2 weeks ago, we had to lock down for a week because Mike was diagnosed with COVID. So I was not about to pack or ship anything out of here during that time. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's tested clear. We're good. So the stuff from 2 weeks ago, that's why you have not heard anything. I packed nothing. And the minute he came home the day after the sale. He'd gone to the ER and got that diagnosis. And we're like, okay, we're on lockdown. So nothing was going out. So if then you get something tonight and you had gotten something from 2 weeks ago, it will be combined. That saves you on shipping. And I use Pirate Ship anyway, so that also helps. Trying to think if there is anything else. I have super chats. I have super thanks, whatever, I think that's what it's called. I have memberships. I have a basic, which gets you for $1.99 a month, which gets you the night owl emojis. And then for $4.99 a month, you get the emojis. You also get advance notice for all drop sales. You get them for 24 hours beforehand. There have already been, Nora can tell you, there have already been some lives just for the members where you have been with me while I was going through something. So they get little special stuff. I see Dawn Southern Finds are here. Hi, Dawn. I saw you just earlier today. See, I tend to oversleep in the mornings and when you're on, and so I don't usually see you. And I was so happy to finally see you because I've been subscribed for a long while. So, how is Jennifer not a wrench? Can't do that on here. Jennifer's a wrench for everybody. Let's see, can I do it on? No, I can't do it on here. No, don't exit. No, don't exit. Don't do that. There we go. Oh, that's right. I know why I can't do it. I'm in the wrong. I'll give myself a thumbs up while I'm in here. I am in the wrong YouTube account. I'm in my personal one. And I need to be in this one, which apparently I already gave myself a thumbs up earlier. Probably did that when I made the thing. There we go. Jennifer, I now made you a moderator just because you're a moderator for everybody. Jennifer, if you don't know Jennifer Hayes, I believe you have do you actually have a channel? Because I know you have some way to buy you a milkshake. Is that what it is? Why are you not scrolling to comments there? So I see what Nora did there. I gave the night owl emojis specific names. And Nora has morning owl, night owl, OCD owl, loopy owl. Yeah. I have other owls too, but you only get so many to start. And when you get more members, you get more emojis you can add to it. So yeah. So in the order that they're showing on your screen, that first one is morning owl, and then the brown one is night owl. The red one is the OCD owl. And then the one with the wings hanging out cockeyed is loopy owl. Because I gave them all weird names. So, but anyway, I'm going to be like that. It's going to be, Nancy's off on Squirrel Land again tonight, just because I'm mentally so fatigued with all this. You're seeing the ADD completely show up. Totally off the rails tonight. Jennifer Hayes has a Buy Me a Milkshake. She moderates for so many people, and she's fantastic at dropping links in. So if Jennifer wants to drop a link for yours, buy me a milkshake at any time tonight, you can. And if you don't want to moderate for me, that's okay too. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. But I also know that I have very few moderators at the moment. So, because some of them I don't see very often. And I know Steph is doing her sale. So let's see. What are we going to start with? Because like I said, it's a very bizarre mix. So let's get down to business now. And let's just do a... Which pile of cubby hole do I want to start with? Okay, that's family tree information. That's something that came in the mail. Let's start with this pile. This is a tapestry block. Yeah, there is a little Christmas in this tonight. It's a nice square. That's about 14 inches. You're not perfectly square. I spent decades measuring fabric for my mother, who was a professional seamstress, and then I spent 6 years working at Joann Fabrics. That is not perfectly square. That is about 14, maybe 15 inches, and that is at least an inch, if not an inch and a half less. So it's not quite perfectly square, but it is really cute. Look at it. Isn't it adorable? It is, does have, the edge is all serged. So that's all stitched. Now this little corner, it looks like the serging started here and they didn't overlap the ends. This one too is starting to come apart. But this one is perfect because they overlap the stitching. They overlap the stitching on this one too. But they were a little off on those other corners. And there's no pulls or anything. So you could frame it. You could make a pillow out of it. It's such an adorable picture. And it's one of the things I found. So the Tapestry Santa is the Tapestry Santa. Now, if you know anything about tapestry, they're expensive to get. But this is just a nice way to get the panel and then make whatever you want out of it. So the Tapestry Santa is $10. He's $10. He's number 10. $10, number 10 for the tapestry panel Santa. Okay, there's Grace. Hi. We'll stick him and his number right there. Who likes ephemera? One thing you can do too is if you see something that you really think should be an offer up, there's Maria. Hello, hello. You can put in offer. I would say do it in caps. And I will make that item an offer. It doesn't happen often, but you never know. Now, this book is from 1918. It's German. It's definitely German. It has issues. It's got some water damage issues around the edges, but the lithographs are gorgeous. Now, some of the lithographs have some damage, others don't. So don't feel bad at all about cutting this sucker up to make it into something. But if you like mushrooms, boy, are you going to like these mushrooms. This is the cover. And you can see, like, you see there's the water damage there. Okay, the whole thing, like it's a little wonky. But then some of the pages don't have. They're like, we know what are there, but all the tops have turned brown. And I don't know if, and they're very brittle at the top. Like, I don't know if that's from water damage or it was near a fire or something. But I do know if you get water damage from the water has come through anything with oak, it will dark stain paper like that. Hello, Paul. Paul knows exactly where these boxes came from because my dear friend Paul, this sweetheart, he got them. They were supposed to be temporary, and then I fell and hurt my spine, and they've been there ever since. But Paul is moving. So we all wish Paul good luck in Florida, but Paul also has an eBay store which has a, what is it, 30% off sale going on before you move. They still were temporary. I do feel claustrophobic now, Paul, because I did try to do a rough count, and there's easily just over 100 boxes that are here now. I feel a little claustrophobic because they're just kind of filled up my playroom, filled up my dining room. But that's okay. We'll get through it all. 33%. Okay. And Philly Phlipper, what's the name? What's the name of your? Because I'm not at my computer. I'm working with two phones here, so I'm lousy at getting links. And I don't think you are a. All right, we're gonna. No, I'm not doing a box sale. Paul, I'm making you a moderator. Put the link to your eBay store in the channel, hun. Paul had thousands of listings, and he does everything, vintage stuff, clothing, everything. So there you go, Paul. You are now a terrible mistake. Yeah, but I can always undo it. I can always not have you be a moderator, but I want you to, I would like you to put the link for your eBay store in, and everybody can save that and check that out later. Because you were so kind, and you're an awesome person, and he's got the most gorgeous husky. So let's get back to this. I can't read German. Doesn't matter that I'm half German. I can't read it. But it does say 1918, says it on the cover too. But let me get to the lithographs. Aren't the colors are just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now the hard part sometimes is going to be choosing. Now this one's a double because the lithographs are they are back to back. So like this one is 2 pages, but like I said, the other, my hands don't want to work. The back side of that has that one. So you'd have to decide which one you want to frame or use. Sale goes for 1 more week. I'll tell you, Paul has managed to find some wonderful vintage stuff. I haven't had to help you identify anything either in a long time. See how far you've come? You've learned so much. This is another one. Now this one, though, you can see where the pages it's stuck together, and so there's some damage. There's some damage to that plate, but there's so many in here, and like this section is actually falling out of the book. There's so many in here, and they're so cool looking. I like the morels. Morels look so good, but They tasted like eating grass. Some came up in my front yard during the lockdown, and I was like, wow, people pay a lot of money for those. So I tried them, and they really don't have a taste other than a slight taste like you're eating grass. So, let's see, the 1918 mushroom book. So this is going to be, we'll make it less than that. For all the lithographs, it is $4, and it's number 14. $4, number 14. Honestly, you know what I was tempted to do with these is to frame the lithographs in like a shadow box and then do a little miniature fairy scene in front of them. I'm very tempted. Now, another pack of things that you can junk journal with I had one copy of a encyclopedia set from 1957, I believe it was. Now, this is the end paper page, which has this wonderful thistle, has a great thistle pattern to it. And what I did is, of the pages I could save, I saved all of them with an interesting line drawing picture, like her. And then because you've got nice, just random pages of text you can use for junk journaling. You've got not a beaver. What is it? It's a mole, a marsupial mole. You've got some kind of Greek statue. But there are pages. There are some pages that, there we go, that are full page photographs. And where are the color ones? This one was all about makeup and the different styles. Where are the color plates? This one actually has color plates on marble. Come on, I know you're here. That's the color. That's one page of color plates. There's two that are marble. And then there's this one, would be cool for anybody who likes fish and marine. It's all on marine biology. I thought that one would be cool to frame, and marine engineering. But there are a lot of loose pages here. And so for the letter M ephemera pack, so ephemera, cannot spell. So super cheap ephemera pack. It is all of $3. $3, number 19 for the letter M pack. And we're going to tuck you in here with my broken barrette. My barrette bit the dust. The part that it actually grabs broke. I stick that in there, chuck that in there. And where's L? The letter L pack is the same way. It has one page of the thistle pattern. And the L pack has, it's got awesome pictures. I got a kick out of this one because they're vintage lighting. But they have pictures for lighting, for lightning, for locomotives. There's a whole section on lighthouses. Now what I did, now this has more pages, has a whole thing on line engraving, which has some cool pictures. But I'm trying to think if this one has way more pictures with it that are full pictures on that heavier lithograph paper. But I'm trying to remember if there is a color plate in here. I don't think there is a color plate in the L pack. You do get the entire thing on lighthouses just because that's a fascinating read. But there's way more pictures in this. And no, all the full page ones are black and white. So there's more pages, but there's no color one. So this is the L pack. And this is $3, number 20 for the L pack. And we'll tuck. Oh, yeah. It's hard to tilt and go that way. I'm not sure we're doing that. Okay. We got 2 more, and then we're going to do the girly candles. I have some. Sleep is calling your name. All right, good night, Dawn. Let's do some of this. I have some candles here that are for Valentine's Day. I found these in one of the boxes. They're little heart shapes. Now they've got a lighter pink. It's not pale pink, but it's a lighter pink around the outside edge, and then the center is red. There's 4, never been used. Like I said, this is the eclectic mix sale. So the heart candles, are going to be $3, number 56. $3, number 56. Still have the ribbon around them and everything. That in there. I have this set of candles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are floating hibiscus candles. And now the box would have originally had more, but there's, come on, come out. They are wonderfully shaped little candles. They're about the size of the heart ones, but they're lovely. There's, how do I get you back into your little spot there? Now I did it. There we go. So there's a yellow, 2 reds, kind of an orange, and a pink one. And so you get, I don't want to go back in the box. So you'll get all of those. You'll get all of those. So you get 5 of those. The heart ones were what, 4? So these will be $3 as well, and they're number 17 for the hibiscus candles. Tilt you, put you in there. Now, the girly candles. Let's do the girly candles. So many of you said, go ahead and, hello, bring on the Santa that looked like zombies ate his brain. Well, he's here. Who came in? Loma Wolfington. Well, welcome. Oh, Helen sent you over. Well, that's wonderful. Welcome and hello. The other thing for anybody new to my channel too is there is a video how I got an overstuffed house that should be pinned somehow for new subscribers. I think that's how it is, or returning subscriber. I'm not sure, but there is one about how I got an overstuffed house. So I have the girly candles that we saw in a couple of videos that I posted, and we're gonna do them. Thomas, hello. And by chance, that's a cool name. Yeah, quite a few. Pamela 13, hello. So we've got a couple of new people coming in. Hi. Haley Ryan. Deborah Tucker. Deborah, I've run into your name in chats before. Y'all are just in time for the first offer up of the night. The zombified Santa candle, because zombies apparently ate his brains. If you put a little hat on him, you'd never know. These were in a video. I showed them in a video and actually asked people, should I try to bring this to a live sale? And they overwhelmingly said yes. So the first offer up, oh, we've got Maggie V, Maple Grove, Mike Looks for Magic, hello, Zola, so many new people. Maribeth, Maggie V. I need the new glasses because I have to like tilt to look through the bifocals to see that one. Well, welcome and hello, everybody. So I don't know if this Santa was made by Girly or not, because he doesn't really have, he's got 2 little bits of cardboard left. Now he does stand up on his own, but he does look like zombies ate his brains. There used to be a Sega Genesis game called Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I absolutely love that game. I still have it because I still have the Sega somewhere. Has 18 levels. I've never got past level 17. So close. So close. Hi, TML. So the zombie Santa, because his brains are missing, because somebody at some point thought it was a good idea to light him up. Now, I do have a dental pick because I've done miniature work in the past. If anybody buys it and wants it, I can carefully remove this trail of wax right here off of his hand. I can do that. I have the right kind of tools that are very fine. Now, I don't know that I could clean up all of the back of him, but I could certainly get that off his hand. So I can do that for you if somebody wants the zombified Santa. But everybody said, yes, put him in, put Santa in the sale. I like how his hand is. Like, hi, how you doing? Or is he telling somebody they're a loser? No Christmas presents for you. You are a loser for Christmas. I mean, look at his hand. Which is funny enough because, I mean, on this side, it looks like a mitten, but you can see a line. So he's got mitten fingers on these 3, but he's got an actual finger for this one. So it's like really strange. So let's see. That would be about 6. So I think he's 7 inches tall. I don't have anything to measure with tonight. I am sorry. So the zombie ate his brain Santa is going to be an offer up. because several of you were interested. But I mean, honestly, if you can find a little Santa hat, you could hide that, or you could leave him as he is and put him with your Halloween decor. As you know, zombies got him. Put a couple of zombie dolls around him that they ate his brains. So, so it's up to you. I would prefer, like, I won't sell candles in the summertime. Too many areas of the country get too hot. You get these massive heat waves. I would rather sell these this time of year and not hang on to the till next Christmas. So here he is. So he is going to start. Oh, how am I going to do this? I don't have my keyboard. You think Santa's telling me something? Oh, that he is, yeah. Okay, so oh, I hate the keyboard on this because it doesn't let me put I have yet to figure out how to make it all capitals. Oh, did that do it? Start. Zombie Santa. We're starting him. I mean, seriously, I'm going to start him way low. There we go. Hey, I figured out how to get capital letters. I've had this phone for what now? 3 weeks? And I still couldn't figure it out. So he's going to be offer up. He is starting at $4. I like the little decoration. I don't know what they thought they were doing, if that's supposed to be a bow, but that's green wax blobbed on there. But the Zombie Santa offer up starting at $4. Honestly, you could, if I had a little hat, I'd put a little hat on him and he could be for Christmas, or, they make so many action figures. I know there are action figures in the collectibles market for the zombies from The Walking Dead. Get a couple of them, surround them with them, instant Halloween decoration. That you could just say that the zombies ate his brains for Santa. So I don't see anybody who wants a zombified Santa. Oh, happy and hearted. Yeah, my hair has grown. I looked at an old video today and I'm like, my hair has actually grown really fast because this is how long it is now. It's almost back to what it was. Oh, TML for $4. Anybody else want a Santa? I mean, I suspect he's a girly because everything else in that box I think is a girly. And I just don't see these big ones, but it's such a shame that some fool set his head on fire. Oh yeah, he's at least got a smile. And that's the other thing, is like the paint hasn't flaked off. You know how a lot of times you see these and like their eyes are gone because the paint has flaked off or the lips are gone, but the overtop painting, like the mouth is good, the eyes are good, there's no flaking on them at all. There's no flaking on the green. That's supposed to be a bow. There's a little line right there, which I guess is meant to be a ribbon. There's no flaking on that. Now there's a tiny little, there it is. Can you even see it? I don't even think I can get it to, oh, there you can see that one. There's a tiny little ding there, and then there's another little one in here to his boots. And this boot, some of that red is a drip, but the tip of this boot looks a little worse for wear. But that's it. I mean, everything else as a Santa is in great shape, except his brains are gone. So I see Linda at 10. You always wanted to light them when you were a kid? Oh, yeah. I got spanked once. I rarely got spanked, but I didn't know. And I was told, go light the candles on the server for Christmas dinner. So I lit all the candles, and I lit Mom's little girly candle. She was fit to be tied. Boy, I got my butt cracked for that one, and she rarely ever did that to me. I didn't know. So so yeah, look at, he's smiling away because he has no brains. And if you have no brains, you haven't got a care in the world, right? Oh, I see TML for 12. But yeah, I mean, he is something. He is absolutely something. And now see, like whenever I said I could take some of the wax off, I will not be able to get like this. This is melted right into the body too close. I would not be able to remove that without taking some of the red off. But where it went over his hand, it looks like it had already cooled a little bit when it went down. So it's just laying on top. There's no melted spot. It didn't melt directly into his hand. So I'm pretty sure I can get some of that off to just tidy up that hand a little bit. But I see TML at 12. And so, Linda, are you in? Anyone else in? So if not, I can start calling it for the crazy Santa. We can do, how did I do that? There we go. Going once. Oh, Linda is out. Thank you. Thank you for telling me you are out. So that just leaves TML. And TM, you have to do this just like usual with any live sale. I do need you to email me. There's my email right there. Your name, your not your eBay name, your name, your YouTube name, your address, and the email to use for sending you an invoice through PayPal. And I do use Pirate Ship, so I try to help keep the cost down. Now, going twice. Okay, thank you. Yeah, usually I am at the back of the living room where my desk is. And you can actually see what we jokingly call Warehouse 13, which is my living room. And sold for $12. Thank you, thank you. T, M, and L with a space in between. Thank you very much. I wondered what I was hearing, and Mike must be playing on the Xbox with some of his buddies. Now, I got to stand up for a second. Ow. Pirates of Penzance. Was I in that one or did I direct that one? Year 2000. I think I was in that one. Or I was crew. I don't even remember. So, oh, I can't even count. I've lost track of how many times I've done Pirates of Penzance. I at one point belonged in this area between Wilmington, Delaware, and Philadelphia, PA. There had been 5 different Gilbert and Sullivan groups. And I didn't perform with Penn's, I think 6 if you counted Penn Singers. But I didn't perform with Penn Singers. I have not performed with the Savoy Company in Philadelphia because I wasn't trekking into Philly and they're kind of a little snooty. Beautiful voices, but the other ones were the Arden Singers, which still exists in Arden, Delaware. The Rose Valley Chorus and Orchestra, which still exists here in Delaware County. The Gilbert and Sullivan Society of Chester County, which used to be based at Westchester University, which I believe is now defunct. I was so shocked at that. And then there was a little one called Thespis, etc., which was at a Unitarian church here in Delaware County, and that has gone defunct, sadly. But yeah, I've performed with Thespis, Rose Valley, Arden Singers, and then you had Penn Singers and the Savoy Company. So I've performed with 3. And then there were theater groups in the area that would occasionally do Mikado, or usually they do Pirates. I once did in 1985, I did a Pirates of Penzance where they tried to update it to a motorcycle gang. It's a riot to watch. And then I got to direct Pirates of Penzance, which a friend had written. He'd spent years adapting it to get it just right, where they reversed the sexes. So the women were the pirates and the men were adopted sons of the major general, but the major general was a woman. And we had a blast doing that one. That was so much fun. Oh, I've watched Warehouse 13, I think. I've watched it through twice. And I'd watch it through again in a heartbeat. Yes, I do have girly candles. Thank you for getting me back on track, Linda. I warned everybody at the beginning. I have felt kind of overwhelmed by all this stuff coming back to the house now. So the ADD is kind of off the charts tonight. So I have more girly candles. And we're gonna do them as 2 pairs because I have 2 choir boys, and then I have a Santa and a tree. We're gonna start them at that. So we're gonna do now. They're not coming in the box they were found in. They were in this hand dipped by Columbia. I have no idea which house in the family this came from. And the box is kind of roached. That's not my mother's handwriting. Christmas figures, candles, angels, Santa, tree. There's no angels in here. So let's set this up here. Now, both of the choir boys, I have one in red and one in black. They both have, I want to do this so it's not upside down. They both have their girly, they both have their little faces that say girly. In pencil, this one has a 10 on the bottom, and this one has, I think, an 11. Yeah, it looks like an 11. So somebody had a collection and numbered them. Their paint is really good. I don't know if they do them with wax or if they're paint, but we all know what I'm talking about. Is they're usually the eyes, some of the details, and that sometimes flakes off. Not so much the red on the skirt. He's doing what happens often is the red of the skirt, the red starts to fade, but the red on the bow and the eyes are in excellent shape, but the blonde of the hair is fading a bit. Let me see if I can, my ring light, I think, is whiting him out a bit too much. So we're gonna start. It's chilly in my house, so I tend to wear these scarves all winter long, and this one wants to run away. All right, let me get the start. Oh, no, don't do that. We're going to start the choir boys. Boys. No, not 99. There we go. We start them at 4. Now they both, I got to get used to this camera has the camera over to the side, and the new phone it's in the center of the top, but this one is in the bottom corner. I got to get this right. They've never been lit. Now you can see on the top that there's a little more color left to the hair on this one. But look at how nice the eyes, the mouth, that little bit of red on the top of the robe. The black is there's all nice and shiny. There's no little chips anywhere other than what looks like it might have been bubbles up underneath. If you hold, but you got to hold them this way to find them. See, there's 1, 2, and 3, but they're way up underneath him. When he's like this, you don't see them at all. So I have the 2 blue-eyed little boys. Now I'm assuming they're the boys because I've seen the girl ones and the hair is usually different. But as I said, the brown one, the one with the black on the bottom seems to have a bit more color left to the blonde hair, because whatever they used for the yellow and for the reds does fade, a lot of times fades over time. And I see TML in for 4. And they do have their labels on the bottom. They're in good shape. And Linda for 5. And these are the smaller ones. I know they have different sizes, but most of the time I think we usually see the small ones. So these are the, what it is, that 3 inches tall, I think. So that's for the pair. So we're Linda with 5. Anybody else want to come in? Any higher than 5? Because I'll start calling it. And TML's in there for 6. And it's for the pair. They're in one, like I said, wonderful shape. You're just not going to find them. And they're just in excellent shape. And I did not take the time to research anything. So tonight you might be getting deals I don't even know about, because I didn't bother to research any of it for eBay. I just wanted to throw it up for you guys to see and find. And 2 weeks from now will be another sale, and it'll definitely be much more curated. So we have TML for 6. Linda, you want to come in any higher for that? Because I can start calling it slowly. And so we have 4, we have 5, we have 6. I've got to go. Oh, Linda's jumped in for 8. Oh, it came in on this phone before it came in on that one. Okay, we're still going here. TML, do you have a response? There a response for that? Are the choir boys the ones that you really seem to see most often? Because I've got one here. I've rarely seen the next batch. And I can honestly say one of them I've never seen. But I have seen the little choir kids before. So. Oh, and TML says is it a he or a she? TML. He, she, or they, or. Okay. Going twice. And no one else wants to jump in there? Sold. Oh, you have 3 choir boys. Well, that's cool. Okay, so sold to Linda. Gotta move my little thing here. So sold for 8. Teresa. Okay. Hello, Teresa. Now, knowing me, I will probably ask you that again at some point in a future sale, because my Boy Scouts all laugh at me because it takes me a while to learn names. And they're right. It does. Linda. SCH. playing trombone here. R-I-E-R. So, all right. I did finally get a hold of mine, where I have insurance from, and I put them in there with Santa. And I did finally find a new optometrist because mine no longer takes Keystone First, so I had to find a new one so I can finally get new glasses. Mike's going to pay for the frames and the lenses, and then the insurance will pay for the actual optometrist. Okay, now the other two girlies. Well, I do know the one is a girly. So we're going to start these. Now, if I could type. We're going to start these at 4. Now, I have no proof that this one's girly at all, but the Santa one is. I've never seen this before. It's a little tree. It's got all the little different colored sparkles on it. It's got that same red. This red matches that choir boy. I mean, matches exactly. So I really suspect that this one is girly as well, but it does not have a label on it. Now, one thing I've seen with girly that I do not see when you find Tavern. Tavern was the other company that made these little kind of candles. When you find a Tavern, if their label comes off the bottom, this is never colored. It's always just pure white, and the color is only like on the outside, maybe a little under the edge. But girly always seems to do the color all the way across. So I suspect this one is a girly. I was really tempted to keep this one too because I decorate with snowmen, and so I've been looking for white Christmas trees. Now this one does it have anything written on the bottom? It has a number 10 in pencil. Maybe that was the price back in the day. But it does say Girly Novelty Company, which I know this camera is not going to show you that, but that's there. Oh, I know, Kathy. Because I have there's no lines for the bifocal, so it's graduated. But because of damage that was done to my eyes, I need to get the coating, the non-glare coating on the glasses, and that in itself is $100 just for that coating. Hi, Steph. Thank you for sending so many people over, you and Helen. I hope your sale went well. Look at the Santa. Isn't he so cute? Got he's never, now this one has his brains. He's not been lit up. He's got his blue eyes. He's got his little mouth. He's got his little boots. Now he's got, let me see if that, oh good, that came off. There was a tiny little piece of wax. He was in the same box with the big Santa. So I think that's a piece from there. But as is usual with the reds for a lot of the girlies, his red is fading. But still, he's so cute. Can we get it? We had it in focus a second ago. Well, I think that's as good as the focus is going to get. It doesn't want to focus on all that white. So we have the Santa, which is definitely girly. It has its label on the bottom. And we have the little tree, which I've rarely ever seen the Santa. And I've never seen I've never seen any trees other than once, like 2 years ago, I found the evergreen trees. So I've never come across this particular type of tree at all. Never seen that before, and I've never seen the Santa before, other than once in a case at a thrift shop. It was like an antiques mall, and it was locked in the case. So, so there we go, and we are at 8 for these two, and I will start counting it down. Got to get on the other phone for that. And I see TML for 9. Anyone else want in on these? This is the first call. Okay, so Linda's responded with 10. And this is pretty evenly coated with the little sparklies. There's one spot right there where there seems to be less. Then that's why I keep grabbing it from the base. But it still looks really good and really cute. And I can honestly say I've never ever seen that. And we've got TML. We got Teresa in 11, Linda in at 12. I think the fight at this point is between the two of you because Lorna, it was out. And so it's between the two of you. No, if I sit that there, that's going to fall down. And I see Teresa says out. So I need to pick the phone right back up again. Going twice. And sold for, all right, sold for 12. Thank you very much. Linda. And Linda, please make sure you have emailed me your information. Now I got to stand up again, put these guys up here in the box. I don't know. Come on, Santa. Don't fall over. You're going in the box. There are no kittens tonight, so I have the box sitting up on top of their little tower thing over there. So what else do we have? Okay, we did those. We did those. We did that. We did not do. I'm just going to tuck that right in there because that box is a mess. Let's do a couple of these. I don't have too many books. Like I said, I've just got Odd Lot tonight. I have Classics of the Silent Screen hardback book. It is a pictorial treasury. You know, I recently saw a silent film, and it was really the best one I'd ever seen. And my brain is drawing a blank on the name of it, but it was the first Academy Award winning movie. It's the one that started the Academy Awards, and it's the only silent picture to ever get an Academy Award. So this was from, oh, Roman numerals. Okay. 19. L is 50. If L is 50, that's 1959 is when the book's from. And it goes from, wow, I see Mary Pickford's name in there. I see a couple of pages I know, names I know. So there's 250 something pages. Can't get the pages to separate. Wings. Yes, thank you. Wings. If you Netflix has it, but you have to have it as a DVD. It was so worth it to watch all the bonus features on it because I watched them first and they created technology to get the video to get the film that they did. And the guys who are playing the main characters actually learned how to fly to do a lot of the shots. They're actually up there in the air, which is just amazing because they never want to do that. They never want to do that these days. So there's 255 pages. So it's funny, like I grew up watching a thing that was on the New Jersey PBS station called Matinee at the Bijou, and they would show you an old time cartoon. So I saw a lot of black and white early Betty Boop and Popeye. Popeye was originally black and white. Occasionally an early Bugs Bunny, who looked nothing like what we're used to. That's how I saw Steamboat Willie for the first time, was on Matinee at the Bijou. But they would have that. They'd have a newsreel from like the 30s or the 40s. They would have things like Flash Gordon, The Perils of Pauline, all these little serial things. Destry Rides Again, I think, was shown. They would show, sometimes it would be an old black and white Western, other times it would be some melodrama. Occasionally it'd be a silent picture. They were awesome. But it was amazing when I looked through this book. Like they have Rin Tin Tin in here, and I'm like, I know some of these names. Tom Mix, I knew him. Laurel and Hardy is in here. I knew some of them from being character actors in later films. Lillian Gish, of course, is in here. Now, all the pictures in this are black and white. But if you are a fan of the early cinema, it really is a fun read. It's loaded with pictures. So you really can have a fun time looking through all this. Mark of Zorro. Which one is that? Who was Zorro in that one? Intolerance from 1916. It starts with, oh look, there's The Perils of Pauline and The Great Train Robbery. So part one is 50 great films, and they starts with 1903 with The Great Train Robbery. So it really, if you are a fan of old movies, this is an absolute fun one. I've had it for ages. It came out of my grandparents' house, but I can't keep all my books. It's time. So the silent screen, this book, and you can see like the dust jacket has some issues, but it's going to be a cheap book tonight. It is going to $3. It is number 26. $3, number 26 for the classics of the silent screen. Where can I put you? You're not fitting in the dollhouse. I'll sit you up there. Come on. I can carefully sit you there. Oh, Maria wants that one. Thank you, Maria. I'll take that away. Put that over here. Now, as I get through all these boxes and we gain more space, one of the reasons that some of my followers like watching this, because they know the sales will be quite a mix, is because I do not at the moment, that's what the Black Hole Challenge was before I got hurt, was I do not at the moment have any office space where I can have shelving to actually like really sort things out. Hello, Retro Ruby. So that will be coming. You're on this journey with me to clear out this house, but that's why the sales, if I'm going to have a themed sale, it'll say it. It'll be in the preview. And I'm going to work hard to try to get back to where I have my previews up more than for a while there, they were going up the morning of the sale. And I got this one out yesterday, but I really would love to get the previews out on Tuesdays. So I'm going to try, not promising it, but I'm going to try to get my previews out on Tuesdays. That will happen as I can get more organized. Part of my schedule has me working for at least an hour every day up in that black hole challenge room to try to get that going. But with all this, that's going to be a challenge. Now, I have this. The only reason this does not have the plastic wrap around it is that the plastic wrap kind of was torn and then was falling off. So this is an interactive craft instruction book called Craft Works for ages 8 and up. Now, yeah, Teresa, the biggest problem for getting organized is there's literally no space. And we had space and it was working great, but then I had to bring all this back. But in bringing it back, there was a list, which I showed in one of the videos when I was telling people about it. I had very specific things where it was going to go, and I made up my mind, none of it was going back into that black hole challenge room. Because to me, that would just be so defeating. Because it's all 98% of this stuff came out of that room. Oh, a kitty. Hi, doctor. The kittens are in the basement, honey. The doctor is my 10-year-old cat. She is not happy with having 9-month-old kittens in the house. And sadly, last weekend, the nurse did not show up, and I didn't hear from her. So I still have all 5 kittens. So we've had a lot of adoptions fall through. But anyway, we have this paper craft. It's never been opened. Everything is in there. It does fold open to make its own easel. So if you have a little one, like it has little Velcro things to hook up and make your own easel. That was holding it up. So it has how to do stained glass images, Aztec masks. How can I turn this? How can I do this so you can see this thing? So it gives you this little side bits. Now those are all done with little pieces of colored paper, and they tell you the supplies you need for each little thing on this little side bit. And then this side has images you can do. It has different layouts for crafts. Some of them are things that you can do and then cut out. So it's all in there. And each of these pages, like this one, can you see the, I don't think you can see it. There's eyes and a nose. That was to make a mask. And then all the paper, they're little bits of tissue paper that you cut up to make all the little squares, is all in the back. So this had been sealed until about spine is not happy today. Till about an hour ago. So this is a wonderful book. I don't really think that needs to go back into it. And if you have a niece, a nephew, a child, a grandchild that you think would have fun with that, I have a date on it. 1997. So I probably bought it for Michael, but then he never really showed any interest in that kind of stuff, so it just kind of never got opened. So this is the Craftworks book. And this is going to just be $5. $5 for the Craftworks book. and it's number 39. $5, number 39. And as I said, it just, the only reason it does not have, still have its plastic around it is because the plastic was ripped and I wasn't going to show it with that just hanging off of it like that. Now, what else we have? Let's get this last candle out of the way because it's somewhat Valentine's. This is, now the label's popping off, and it says a gold-plated metal angel is hidden inside the candle. When revealed, blow out the flame and retrieve with what? With wand or chopsticks. You know, or a pair of tweezers. So I kind of thought it kind of, with the little cherubs, it made me it did, and it's red. It did make me think of Valentine's Day. Distributed by AMC New York. I don't know who that would be. But it's one of those little treasure candles. So it'll have some little, I'm thinking it's a little thing that may look like them, but they're wax. So we have this pyramid candle, the pyramid treasure candle. And this one is, this is sale night. Everything's, most everything, real low prices tonight. So this is going to just be $3. $3 for the cherub treasure candle. $3 number 42. $3 number 42. Put that back there. Now, for those of you who are new, you should know that there definitely will be craft supplies or sewing supplies or fabric coming up as sales, because my mother was a professional seamstress. One of the types of people she sewed for were a few professional clowns. So she had some supplies left over, and this is a whole bag of really large buttons. Now, they're plastic. They're not super fancy, but they're all kinds of different shapes. You got kind of a floral one here in different colors. A star. What is that? A hexagon. A round one. I found these and I knew exactly what they had been for. These were for the buttons to hold the tailcoats together, because you just needed one button, but it was a whole bag full. So there's what? 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 21 buttons. There's a square. There's a triangle in blue. I see a pink oval. There's a couple of stars, a couple more squares. But you get all of these to use for whatever you want to use them for, whatever you have the imagination to use these things for. Because, I mean, they're bigger. Like that one's about the size of a 50-cent piece. Remember those? That's about the size of a 50-cent piece. But some of the figural ones are definitely bigger than that one. So you get all of them for $3. $3 number 55. $3 number 55. I mean, I can't, there are so many of these boxes that are either more costume or fabric, sewing supplies, craft supplies. Yeah. Someday probably on a Sunday, there is going to be a quilter's sale. I'm telling you. I just do cotton fabric. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's do this. This was also vintage sewing. This was in the Oh, okay. Maria would like. You would like the large buttons. Awesome. What was the other thing? And the other one was the book. Okay. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. This is vintage. Look at that label. Look at the graphics on that sucker. It's 10 products from Elizabeth, New Jersey, but I did not find a date. It's dressmaker's carbon tracing paper. Now, the nice part of that is it's removable by washing the item, but it's like most tracing paper. You can have some fun if you need to use it for copying over something. If you one thing my one great aunt taught me to do with tracing paper like this is that if you have a picture that you want to turn into an embroidery for an outline, you put the paper face down on your piece of fabric, and then you take something that's got a rounded tip and you just run that over all the outlines on your picture, and it'll transfer that onto the fabric. But I have so much stuff to embroider and do. I won't be doing that anytime soon. I don't really want to take the whole thing out of here because, as you can see, the outer cover is it's like that not quite cardstock, but it's kind of flimsy. So there's a couple of them in white that are in here, but there is still, like you can see, the darker colors. So I don't know how many white ones there are, but there's one yellow, one blue, and one red. There's supposed to be 3 white. And each sheet is 6.5 inches by 19.5 inches. So they're a fair size. So you can use them for craft things to copy patterns over, even onto wood if you want to paint an image over and you need the outline. You can use them like you would any tracing paper. The benefit is that you can use a damp cloth and wipe these right off. So for this vintage tracing paper, this is going to be $3. $3 number, come on, number 63. $3 number 63. I saw that and was like, I know what to do with that, and I'm not going to be doing that for a long time. I have. Remember Workbook magazine always used to have Work Basket, always used to have transfers in it? Between the transfers I kept for myself and then the transfers I inherited, I probably have a stack at least 2 feet high of those transfers somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Okay, let's do the other thing that were Valentines. I almost forgot about this. These are special 3-dimensional cards. Now, they had been sold at Winterthur. Now, Winterthur is a big fancy house, garden, museum kind of thing down in Delaware. And these are called Swing Card, made by Santoro Graphics. They're both dated 1996 as the copyright. So let me write down Swing Card Valentine. Now, I know there are people who collect pop-up cards, and I know that these can get very pricey, but this ain't eBay. I'm giving you a set price. Now, this is what it looks like in the front. This is the actual card. This sky stuff is the backing. I don't know if these have an envelope in there. I think this lavender is the envelope. Hi, Warren. But this is what it looks like when it's open. This comes out and makes like a pocket like this. And then this thing hangs like a big balloon. These are strings And the basket, it actually is free. It's actually free hanging in this rounded part. So it is a very cool three-dimensional pop-up Valentine's card. Or because it doesn't say Valentine's, you could use it for anniversary or just to say I love you, or have it out as a Valentine's decoration because it is freestanding. It will stand up on its own. And so for the Valentine one, it is $5. It's still sealed, never been opened. It's $5, which is, and I inherited this, which is less than what she paid for it, apparently. So it's $5, number 65 for the Valentine 3D card, 3D pop-up card. And then there. Still so tempted. So for the other swing card, you're going to see why I'm so tempted in a minute. Let me write it down. So I am so tempted for this one because this one is cats. And honestly, I have 9-month-old cats, so I have 5 of them. If it can be climbed, they have tried to climb it. We found, especially Frodo, and Elrond likes to climb the drapes. There aren't many drapes in the house, thank goodness. My mom got rid of a lot of the drapes as she got into her 70s, I think because her eyes were starting to get dim, and so she liked having all the light. So there's only, I think, one window in the living room that has a curtain on it, and he likes to climb that one. He's bending the rod. He likes to climb that one, even though he's getting bigger. Frodo likes to climb to be up high where he can watch things. Gimli's too heavy to climb, but look at this. So this is what it is all folded up, right? You can tell there's kitties. Well, the swing part, it opens up and you have, you know, the window, and then you have what's the wall of the house. But this part swings and the cats are climbing on this part. So it's kitties climbing on stuff they probably shouldn't be. So it just kind of reminds me of the fur balls here. But again, it's never been opened. It's another one of the Santoro graphics cards. Fantastic 3D card. Stands on its own. And this is the cats one. And it is $5, number 59. $5, number 59. Hello, Helen. Now, what's left? Oh, this one is a birthday one. Now, this one's just a standard pop-up open card. And this one, these you can pretty much find. These are not lithographed. It's a real easy one. This one, this happy birthday one, is $2. It's just $2, and it's number 66 for the happy birthday pop-up card. This is just no generic, it's some generic company, but this is not like those wonderful swing ones. So I see Nora for 59, which is that. The swing cards, they hang. Put that there. Let me show you the one the heart one, because Nora's getting the other one. Put that one in the box over there. So this is what they look like, Linda. They actually, it opens up to be 3-dimensional, And this opens up like a big oval, so it stands on its own. And then the clouds come out so that they're holding up the big heart. But then these are strings that hold the basket. And the basket's three-dimensional too. That's going to fold out and open, and it has a man and a woman in it. So they actually will swing. And that's what even the cat one does that. It has strings to it so that when it opens up, whatever is this thing in the center, it hangs on strings and moves. You can wiggle it and make it move. So they're 3D pop-up cards, which surprises me. There's become quite a market in them because they, and this one was $5, number 65. So that's that one, Linda. Nora got the other one with the cats on it. There's Pop Shot was a company in the 90s that made three-dimensional cards that you get them like this and then they fold open. I had tons of them because when Ula Candies closed, yeah, Santoro Graphics. Santoro Graphics Limited, London, England. So they're made in Britain. So, but they, when we closed, they were like, take anything you want because otherwise it's all going to go in the dumpster. And since I took a ton of stationery and nobody wanted the 3D Pop Shot cards, so I took them and I sold all the Disney ones online. And nowadays the prices are even higher for Pop Shots because people collect them. So what else do we have? We don't have much more. Just a few. Now I did have this. This was in the video. Oh, it still has the original price tag. My mother paid for it. This was a handcrafted piece. It's a light switch cover with all these wonderful flowers, and I think I'm holding it upside down. I can't tell. There we go. But they took paper and decoupaged over it, and then there's one coating of an acrylic to protect it. Now it does come with, where's its little bag? It does come with the screws to put it in, and it has the little pamphlet with it of who made it. It's a company. It was a couple. It was done at a craft show. They call it Home Plate. And it tells you how to clean it, how to take care of it, how it was made. But this is not going to go with the decor for that hallway that we want to have. So this is, if you have a 4-switch switchblade in your house and would like to have this. Well, I know what it's going on Etsy, so let's make it half of that. It would be $5, number 38. $5, number 38 for the handcrafted and decoupage switch plate. And you wanted to see, what did I just do with it? There it is. You want me to open it. I have not actually opened these, so let's see what we got here. I was afraid to open it because I was afraid to take it out that I might not get it back in. So, come out. Okay, so it does come with it. That lavender was the envelope. There is an envelope in there. So it opens this way and this way. So these just cross over in the back. They're made to hook together like that. And then what happens is there it goes. You have the strings. Now in the picture they look white. They look like white strings, but these actually are printed to look like the rope. And then your basket opens up too, so your basket is dimensional. Isn't that cool? I get what they were trying to do. I mean, because like the old school lithographs, very few of them ever. And then it all just folds flat. Even the basket just folds right back to flat again. I've seen some gorgeous, like 1930s and 20s lithographed cards, and you don't see dimensional ones very often. But even nowadays, there's very few companies that seem to make dimensional cards because it does take a certain amount of engineering. Now, come on. I was afraid of this. Get in there. Get your corners in. There we go. There we go. All back in its little packaging. Now I almost dropped it. Now I have to get this top piece down without damaging that. Okay. So that's what that one was. So we have that. We've got these two. What time is it now? 12, almost 1. Okay. 2 hours. That's good. I like 2 hours. And then we'll take a peek in that box. This is a whole pack of stationery. It's the kind you can run through your printer. Has matching envelopes. There are 1. I should have done this before. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So I think there's 11. At least I'm counting 11, but it looks like there's more. Oh, there's 2 different kinds. Okay. Who stapled the bag shut? Because that certainly wouldn't have been me. Probably how I got it a long time ago. So there's the one with the stars, but behind it, there's sheets of this one. And then behind that, now I don't see any other envelopes. Behind that, there's a big pack of this one. So you've got a lot of sheets. I mean, this is all, look at all that. That's a lot of sheets of paper. But then there's only the one pack. No, there's 11 there, and maybe there's 12. I don't know. Maybe I miscounted because I didn't have the bag all the way open. But you get all of that. You get all of that stationery, and it is the type you can run through your printer. You just have to set your margins. And this is going to be $4 for all of that. $4, number 23. $4, number 23. Okay, how did I do that? What was 38? Oh, 38 was the light. No. 38 was the switch plate. 38 was the switch plate. Not so. What was 66? My numbers are off by 1 somehow. Oh, it's all right. Now, this is, I found this like right before. And I thought, oh, another Christmas thing, right? Because that's the box. No. It's the kind of gift they used to give to mess with somebody. Now, it has a little note inside because this is what it looks like. Little beanie hat for the baby. Doesn't it look like a little doesn't it look like a little lay-it set for a baby? It's not. It's not. It's very well put together to look like that. But it says, now don't get excited and don't get misled. This is not for you, but your dishes instead. So with this goes my best wishes. Pull out the ribbons and go wash the dishes. That's what's written on there. So I'm guessing it was probably written in a little note inside and they copied it out to put it in with it. I just thought that was so funny. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. I know when my sister got married, she got a couple of things like that. So you get the old school. I don't know how vintage they are because I haven't seen dish rags like that since my grandmothers were alive. That's been a while. So you get that wonderful set. You get that wonderful fake out set. I'll make sure I send the note with it. And so the dish rag set, will be $6 and it's number 2. And I don't have a little thing to stick up because I'm out of little cards. $6 number 2. Isn't that wild? I mean, that used to be a thing. When my sister got married, I was only 13. And I was born in 1965, so you do the math. So, that would have been 13. So that would have been in the 70s. And I remember her getting one of these kind of things, where it was made to look like a baby lay-it set, and it was washcloths for the kitchen. I always thought they were really funny. You just don't see them anymore, but yeah, if you you could have it to fake somebody out. It'd be great. But that was the dish rag set is $6 and it's number 2. Now, my back is still sore from the boxes. It's taken me a couple of days to recover. So bending to pick up off the floor is pulling on that pinched nerve. So one made out of paper dish towels. Oh, that'd be cool. That would be cool. That's probably, I found one of these on the floor. That may be how I got my numbers out of whack. No, that was the stationery. That's how that one ended up on the floor. So, do we want to do a quick recap of what didn't sell from the beginning? So let's see. You've seen the stationery. You've seen the layout set. You saw the switch plate. You saw the swing cards, the tracing paper. The buttons got sold. So we can back up a little. We'll do it backwards because you've already seen the bottom half. So we have the treasure candle, the pyramid candle, which will have a little metal angel inside. That was $3 and number 42. The Craftworks book, which has not been used at all, and like I said, the only reason it's open now is because sometimes they use this really flimsy saran wrap for these things, and it had started to rip open, so I took the saran wrap off. That was number 39 and was $5 for the Craftworks. We got that was sold. Those were sold. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. So we have the hibiscus candles. I don't want to tilt them too much. I don't want to fall out of there. The shaped hibiscus candles. They were $3 for those. They were $3, number 17. And we had the heart-shaped ones for Valentine's coming up. Never used them. And the heart-shaped candles are $3, number 56. The ephemera packs from the 1957 middle of the L to like the middle of the M sections. I wasn't able to save the whole book, but I was able to make up ephemera packs. That's the thistles, which is the end paper page. This is all of the M. So there's all kinds of little line drawings in there from grandiflora magnolias. And the text is really nice too, because the paper is just that, it's not pure white. It's being it's that old, a lot of paper things weren't bleached out white. So it makes great background little squares for doing things. I like that there are some different line drawings of flowers. And because they're line drawings, you could always color them in. And so the M pack from the M section is $3, number 19. And I have one just similar to it, but it's all from the L's. And that same pack, and it also comes with one of those thistle pages, was also $3 for L's, and that was number 20. And then we had the Tapestry Santa and the Mushroom book. So the Mushroom book, again, was ephemera. It's from Germany from 1918, but the book itself had a lot of issues. So it's basically for the wonderful mushroom lithographs. The colors on these are just gorgeous, but the book had a lot of, it's real wavy. It has water damage around the edges. Now, all the names of all these are in German. Now, there are some of the plates do have a little bit of water damage, but the 1918 Mushroom book is $4, number 14. And then we started off with a tapestry piece Santa. And tapestry work tends to be on the pricey side. That is about 14 by 13, I think, because it is not, might be 15, but he is not exactly square, but what a great image. Wonderful piece of tapestry. The edges are all serged, but two of the corners are getting a little loose. So that was $10 and is number 10. So now that we've done a quick recap, now everybody wants to see what's in the box. Now, I don't know that any of this is going to end up being for sale, because it does, after all, say it's Nancy's, which usually means it's stuff that I had wanted to keep. And we all know that I'm keeping the fairy. I collect fairies. And I've collected fairies for a long time and had very few because vintage ones were hard to find. And then they kind of, in the 90s, just exploded. And you could find like reproductions of fairies. But still finding porcelain ones is hard. Look at this little beauty. I know he is not going back in the box. He's going to go up to my china closet to be with the other fairies. Maybe says has Japan on his bottom. And he's absolutely gorgeous. So he, and you know what they would do is a lot of times these little ones like this, they'd make a series of 4 of them in different poses. Best of my knowledge, that's the only one. And I see Simmy is here. Now you want Let's see. Sima wanted, Sima. I'm sorry, my brain's dead. You want the mushroom book. How are you, hun? There we go. Gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. So, what else? I showed this at the beginning. Now we'll see if the other half of this. I love these West German paper mache eggs, and we will see. Oh, there's some dust in him. Get out of there. We'll see if the other half is in there. Oh, you still have a price tag attached to you. Kris Kringle collectible plate from Lennox from 1992 International Santa Claus Plate Collection. Kris Kringle. Now, see, I like those kind of Santas. I think those are cool. So I don't have too many Santas. Like, I'm not that big on the typical Thomas Nast kind of, but so those are the kind I tend to have. I guess this is for making your own herb vinaigrette. I mean, it's got a cork in the top. It's got parsley, bay leaves, tarragon, oregano, mint, basil, rosemary. It's got all kinds of different herbs. Got its cork. Huh. Well, that's interesting. The bottom of it says made in Canada, but it's got all kinds of little grape leaves and grape clusters on the bottom. So I'll have to decide if I'm going to keep that, because I'm the only one in the house that would make my own vinaigrette and would be the only one eating it. So I doubt I need a bottle that big for that kind of thing. So I suspect that one, I have to think about that. That one may be in the next sale. We'll see. I know my bird basket isn't leaving. I love little baskets, and usually they would sell them as berry baskets, and some of them nowadays they can be really pricey. Dang it, this one has a liner. Hi, doctor. But for some reason there's a giant rock. Hi, sweetie. Do you want to come up? I know I'm not at the desk, but sometimes you like to come up. Oh, what's that? I can't read it, but it says made in Japan. Huh. But doesn't it look like a little bird nest? It is really, really cool. And it's made to look like a bird nest. Now, I know why I'm keeping this. I don't know about those rocks, but I know why I'm keeping this. I have, and I inherited them, and sadly, most of them were broken and mended. Some of them have parts of the tail missing. There were porcelain birds that had a little metal clip, almost like a heavy-duty, I guess at the time, paper clip. Not like the twisted metal ones we think of, but a heavy-duty clip. So you could clip them onto things. I guess I don't know, maybe they were for a Christmas tree? I don't know. My great aunts had a cool looking wicker bird cage, and they had these in there. And I always loved them. Most of them look like parakeets. I have over the years found one that looks like a cardinal. And I just think they're great. And I would love, for the ones that are missing the clip, I would love to put them so that they're in here. So I know that's staying because I have a purpose. Excuse me, where are you going? Doctor? Oh, Lord, she's investigating. Hey, honey, what you doing? You want to come up? You want to come up? Come on. You can do it. Come on. Hi. Oh, my big girl. Goodness. You are too big to be investigating some of this, baby. This is my 10-year-old beauty. 10 years ago, I was able to rescue 3 kittens that were born in the neighbor's shed next door. I never caught the 4th. The 4th is named Rory and still comes around, though I have not seen Rory in the last 5 days, and she has a big wound on her forehead. So I'm worried about her. This is the doctor, because they were all named for Doctor Who names. Well, the doctor turned out to be a girl. She has not been happy with the kittens being in the house now. So, what happened to the little fairy baby in the bag? No, it was Japan, and the fairy baby is going up into my china closet with my other little fairy babies. But the doctor here is now 10, and she is not at all amused with 5 9-month-old kittens in the house. Oh, I hear purring. You haven't come up to say hi. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved. Oh, that's enough? I'm really wondering if she's getting arthritis, because she wants to come up, but then she doesn't want to stay for very long. And this started prior to rescuing that batch of kittens. So, what else is here? I got this when I was in London. My Tower of London mug. You know, it's my house now. I should have this out to enjoy it. That's going to go to the kitchen and get washed and hung up so I can actually use it. You know, I used to have to pack all this stuff away. It wasn't my house, so I couldn't have it out. So now I can. It's my house. So, yeah, she said hi, but now what's this? Okay, what's the date? I'm curious. What's the date on this paper? $19.99. And it was taped shut. It's one of the birds. It's one of the birds I was talking about. Okay, so this is how some of them I got are. Like, it's missing part of the wing. It's missing its clip. So the clip is gone. And it would have this clip and you could clip it onto things. But this is one of the birds. I've no idea who made them. It's also missing the tip of its tail. And a lot of them, unfortunately, a lot of them were damaged. The ones from my great aunts. I think that somebody might have had an attitude or temper. But I absolutely love them. And that's one of the reasons I wanted that. Now, actually, that might be why the stone is in there. Let me put the stone back in and see. Huh. That stone has a crack all the way that goes around it. That could be a fossil stone. We're not going to find that out tonight. Not quite. Not with this one, anyway. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Nah, not quite. He doesn't quite set in there right. Not with it, and not the tail's too long. He needs something taller. But that's the kind of birds I'm always looking for them, and I rarely ever. Once I've seen one in somebody else's live sale, so I bought it. And that was over a year ago, because that one's up in my china closet. Okay, so we have the birdie. We have a birdie. Oh, we have a little black cat. This is Hallmark's Cat Switch Hollow. It's never even been out of the box. I probably got it because it's a black cat. I don't know if I have any more Cat Switch Hollow. But I probably got it because it was black cat. Because I always wanted one. And then with the doctor, I thought I had one. But then she got some white that came in on her chest. This is from 1993. Jackie O'Purr. It doesn't want to go back in to shut properly. That's right. Cool. That, see, this is where it gets to me because there's no space. What else is here? What else is here? Oh, this one. This one's taped up. Can I get into this? There we go. Oh, it's one of the ones from the massive salt and pepper collection. Boot Hill, Here Lies Salty O'Day, 1861 to 1881. Hoss Thief, a rope necktie, an old oak tree, and Salty wasn't what he used to be. San Antonio. So that's the salt one. I'll bet you I kept this to be a Halloween decoration. But my great-grandmother had started it, and the great-aunt, Annie Floss, continued it. A massive salt and pepper collection. And I'm betting this one's pepper. And there were so many, I stopped counting it, like 200 or 300. And that was just what I was packing away. So I'm betting these I'm pretty sure were from that collection. And I would have kept these because these definitely would be, to me, these would be awesome to have out at Halloween. Another Boot Hill, Here Lies Pepper Tape, 1860 to 1881. Hanged by mistake. He was right, we was wrong. But we strung him up and now he's gone. And it says Texas. and the sides have little cactus. The back has a little cactus. It's got his little cork. Yeah, they definitely were something because I'm just slightly twisted. And my birthday is the 27th of October. I am child number 6. All 5 siblings are on or within a day because my sister is the day after Christmas. So technically that's Boxing Day. So all of them are on a holiday, their birthdays. My mother kept telling the doctor, she's not due yet. The baby's not due yet. And he kept saying, yes, it is, because I'm going on vacation. And so instead of listening to the woman who'd already had 5 children, he basically blackmailed her into having me induced. I put that poor woman through some 30 hours of labor, even though it was induced. But she insisted that I should have been Halloween or at least Mischief Night. And he insisted that if she didn't let him induce her, he would say she was going against doctor's orders, which would then mean that the insurance would not cover my birth. And they wouldn't have had the money to afford it out of pocket. Back in 1965. What a jerk. So I'm the only one that wasn't delivered by the family doctor that had delivered the 5 others. And I ended up with the idiot. So I missed my calling. I should have been a Halloween baby. I've always loved Halloween. And I was born on the 27th of October. This is from the Millennium. Cute little vase. Has little stars, says 2000 on it. I like that size vase. I don't think I have any of that size in the kitchen. Fall down. That's going to be another challenge, because to empty that kitchen hutch, I have to get up on a 6-foot tall step ladder because, 9-foot ceilings. Look at you. Oh, aren't you cute? Now you're resin. I can tell from the weight. Made in China. Look at the little cutie now. Turn around. There he is. Turn around. In the 90s, you started finding more little fairies. Now, see, that should be in a box of Christmas ornaments. Gotta wrap him carefully so I don't squish those wings. Doctor, don't you go climbing these boxes. You are too big and heavy. You're gonna do it anyway. She's gotta go investigate. We may be here for another hour. There's a lot of little tiny stuff in here. Oh, this shape. Okay, this is another one of the year 2000. Stuff that in there. That's another one of the Millennium vases. I can't see what I'm grabbing. Oh, another mug. Oh, now this says Japan, so this is newer comparatively. I inherited my great-grandparents' China. Great-grandparents were married in the late 1800s. Their China was the willow pattern. I think they were 1890. Their first child was born in 1900. So I think they were married in 1898, maybe 97. And I have the English Staffordshire China from England, of the willow pattern, and it's service for 12. And there's a couple of mugs. But this is one that's for Japan. So this is a later one. I love it. It even has a pattern down the handle. No, this stuff's not. Most of this is stuff that the box said, you know. I just heard something fall down the back. That wasn't good. Went behind the radiator. This is stuff that it's a box. It turns out it's stuff of actually mine. And because if I was going to inherit it, I had to keep it in my bedroom or pack it away in the attic. So I think this is a box of stuff that was mine to keep that was packed away. Another one of those. And this is the first time I've seen it in years. So we're basically just on a discovery mission to find out what's here. So far, I've found one thing that I might sell. Oh, your little ear is broken. Oh, poor baby. No wonder you have a price tag that says $1 as is. Look at the little Siamese. Oh, he's so cute. I guess he's to hang on a pot. He's porcelain. Oh, it says Japan on a red foil sticker on his butt. He's got a number, A527. Oh, he's so cute. I can see why I would take him. I don't mind a chip beer. I can deal with that. So we're just discovering what's here. It went clink. Please be a bell and not broken. Oh, you're not broken. Oh. It's a Santa bell. Santa, get your tag out of your way. Well, he's different. And he's kind of got that Kris Kringle look. He's got the holly crown underneath the hood. Well, he's cool. There was a point in time where I thought I was going to collect Santas. And then I found out my sister was collecting Santas. So I went, I don't want to collect the same thing. And then, so I started collecting snowmen. And then my mother took something that she bought for me. It was supposed to be for me for Christmas, which was all snowmen. She gave it to my sister. Then my sister started collecting snowmen. Like, really? Mom, what are you thinking? Oh, this is a beauty. This is from the other grandmother. Now I got the flower frog, but I didn't get the glass dish that it used to sit in. She had a clear glass bowl that came up and had like really curved sides, and she had a couple of really cool flower frogs. This one is just a beautiful one. And she would sit them inside, and then she'd put the flowers in here, and then would take a couple of petals, depending on what the flowers were. But she had gorgeous roses. And so she'd put roses in it, and then she'd take some loose flower petals and just float them in the water. And that'd be her centerpiece on the table. That was the only one I was allowed to have, which is fine. I mean, she spread them, my aunt spread them out among a couple of us girls. So, and being the youngest, I didn't get first pick, but I didn't care. I was so happy to just get one. Oh, you're interested in the Siamese cat? That's what I like about my Elrond. Elrond is part Siamese. Okay, what's bouncing around? Your Hallmark. Oh, so this must be part of the other. It's another Hallmark kitty from that, probably from that same collection of that first one that was in the original box. Not much left in here. Oh, Playmobil. Still in the box. Well, the top hasn't been opened, but the box is kind of squished. Honestly, would have been Halloween. I guarantee you I got that for Halloween. You know why I got that for Halloween? Because scarecrows creep me out. I don't like them. And then I saw a Doctor Who episode where the scarecrows came to life. And that creeped me out even more. So I probably got this again to be a Halloween thing. Yeah. I think they creep me out too much now. I think about that. See, I like Siamese cats. So I'm not sure I'm parting with that one. Though it is the kind of thing that would hang on like a pot for a plant. And I only have one plant left that I'm desperately trying to keep away from these little monsters, because it turned out that the 3 other plants I had were all poisonous to cats, so I gave them all away. Doctor never bothered with chewing on plants, but these little monsters, 3 of them like to really go after plants. So I have a Christmas cactus that was supposedly was my great grandmother's, given to her like in the 50s, like not long before she passed away. And then my Auntie Floss kept it alive for all those years. And then when she died in 84, my mom got the plant. And now I have the plant. And let me tell you, it's got a base like that. The base on this thing is huge. And it is struggling to stay alive because I've had to take it out of the window it absolutely loves, because the kittens were knocking it off the windowsill up in the back bathroom. And so now it resides in the kitchen on top of the toaster, where they can't get to one side of it. But if I don't keep something on the counter in front of the microwave, they have chewed everything off the other side of it. So I am struggling to keep that thing alive. I love Peanuts. Look, it's Peanuts in the pumpkin patch. Yay! I mostly love Snoopy. And Mike got me for Christmas. He got me every year they've been coming out with a Snoopy and Woodstock Boy Scout themed, like Scout themed, not necessarily Boy Scouts per se, but Scout themed Christmas ornaments. So Mike got me my Scout one for this year. But Peanuts, it's the Great Pumpkin. Linda, I will think about that. I have to think about that because I do really like Siamese. And for right now, I do want to keep it, but I also am aware I cannot keep everything. So, you want to see it again? I have to find it. Oh, perfect. First try. Yeah, see, it's right on the ear, and it's so well done. I'm amazed that there's no breaks on the tail. It's just the tip of the ear. See, it's just the tip of the ear, but look at that face, is adorable. And the coloring is great. Seal point Siamese. And the tail, you know, there's nothing wrong with the tail. There's no chips anywhere. He's just poor baby. Poor baby lost an ear. Poor baby. He's so cute. And honestly, nowadays you see cats outside where that's what they do. That's what they do to cats outside is they clip the tip of the ear if it's an outdoor cat, so that you know it's been neutered. Linda, you're not serious. $20? That can't be right. That can't be right. He's got a chipped ear. That can't be right. Mind you, bless your heart if it is, because it would go towards either roof repair or keeping these little guys fed. But because I do have that, I have a wish list on Amazon, and that's usually in the description. And because it has been a struggle with me being out of work, I did get turned down for disability. It usually takes about 2 years to get that, and I've only just started trying to. It has been a struggle feeding these guys. You are serious? I need to feed these guys, and I need a new roof, so I cannot say no to 20. If you're serious, I cannot say no to $20. I think you're crazy. And I mean that with all love, but you must really, really, really like your Siamese. You would love seeing Elrond. Elrond is part Siamese. He's part of the litter, and he's the one I'm keeping. But they're all locked in the basement right now. So, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Because if you're absolutely sure, I will sell it to you for $20. Because I'd be a fool not to, because $20 is, in this area, I mean, $20 is a bag, one of those giant bags of dry cat food, or most of a case of cat food. So there he is. Like I said, that's the only issue, is that ear. And the coloring to me is beautiful, because his coloring, I make absolutely sure I do not feel any chips. These are curved, so you can really see it this way. I think he's meant to hang like on a pot, but they don't curve under that much. So I think that maybe he fell off a pot and chipped the tip off the ear. But he's such a dark brown. And then there's a little red and gold foil label that just says Japan. And then he does have a number. And it says A527. But other than that, it's got no way of knowing the maker. No way at all. He is adorable. And it's still got the original label. Well, I picked him up, and I could tell from that label. I picked him up a long time ago. I had, oh, that's good. That's coming off part way. Make sure there's no marks or anything underneath that label, because sometimes people hide stuff under. Nope. Back is perfect. No problems there. The back looks good. Okay. I'm not going to say no. And bless your heart, because that's a case of cat food, or most of a thing of cat litter. Because let me tell you, with 6 cats in the house, the amount of litter I go through, bless your heart. That's a big thing of food for them. I'll tell them they have a fairy godmother in charge for our little Siamese. That was everything out of that box. And unfortunately, do you remember what I showed you and said, I hope we find the bottom? We didn't find the bottom. So I have two little chicks in a sailboat talking to a snail on a piece of wood. You see that little, it's a snail on a piece of wood. But no bottom to that. So let me write this down that Linda R-I-E-R Siamese cat with the chipped ear. All right, darling. It'll be yours. It'll be yours. And I will tuck it in here. And before I let the kittens out of the basement, I will make sure I put all this stuff in a box and make sure. Oh, those blue eyes are just stunning, aren't they? I can see why I would. I will go through this, but considering that the original label said "as is" on it, I'm betting that that's why it was as is, because nothing else is wrong with it. Just the piece from the ear is missing. I did carefully take the piece of paper and fold it up, so that's over here, and I'm gonna double check the paper, the loose stuff that's in the bottom of the box, and make sure there's no ear in there, but I'm pretty sure there probably isn't. So because it had the original price tag that I paid for it, and it says as is. So Patsy, I think that's why that the ear was probably already missing, because I don't mind, sometimes if something's got a chip, if it's that cute and adorable, I don't mind. I can deal with it. So that's everything for tonight, and because we had the surprise little unboxing, and I honestly think that big vinaigrette bottle is going to be in the next sale. The next sale is planned for 2 weeks from now, which would be, is it mad old? I mean, it just says Japan, so I'm figuring it's probably 1950s, but if you're happy with it, and I'm extremely happy to have $20 for it, because like I said, $20 feeds these guys. That's a whole bag of dry cat food, or which dry cat food they'll eat. So that's a whole bag of either Friskies or Purina, because right now they have Meow Mix and they're not happy, and their tummies aren't real happy. Because I get the big bags, and or a canned cat food. So I know it's just stunning, the color in that one. So I was going to look for my calendar. My next sale would be February 2nd. Yeah, so on the 26th will be a live chat. We're not back yet to me being able to do. I started off the channel doing a sale every week, and I bit myself in the back end because I didn't really have enough space to be a dedicated packing spot, or to have I don't have things on shelves because I'm just packed too tight. There'll be a video coming up. I'm going to make a video and really show you just how bad it is. I don't think I've done one in a long while, and now having over 100 boxes come back, you should see what I'm working from. But nothing went back into the Black Hole Challenge room. Every time I feel claustrophobic from all this stuff, I just remember that, you know what? Nothing went back into what will be my office. And it will be my office before this year is over, because I desperately need to have one. So what are you doing? Oh, you're looking for a new hiding spot. Now I see what she's. Go back. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized what we did. You poor baby. I just realized what we did to the poor doctor. She had a little cave hiding spot under the center of this table. And I just realized with all these boxes here, she can't get to it. I'll have to see if I can make an entryway underneath because there's piles of fabric in bags right underneath this end of the table. I'll have to see if I can't make a way for her to get in there. 1950s is mad old. Oh, darling, I grew up knowing 5 of the 9 of my great-grandparents' kids, including the oldest one who was born in 1900 and who died in 1996, just days shy of her 96th birthday. So, so 50s to me is not that old. Most of my siblings are from the 50s. Actually, one of them I think was the 40s. So yeah, I grew up around so much old stuff. I see where she's going behind me. I see it on the screen. That's the first batch of stuff to get through because that stuff I tried to sort out anything that said collectibles or fragile just so we could figure out what it is. Though I do find out tonight one box is nothing but American Airlines paperwork. So all that has to be sorted out and put up on eBay. So it's all like from the early days right after the war, when they were still flying. Some of it is they were flying converted bomber B-52s were the first planes they really were doing, and then the first 70707s, I think, after that. So Mercury class. There's a lot of stuff with the old Mercury class symbol from American Airlines, which was their first jets made just for, first planes made just for them that weren't converted from before. So there's a lot of that paperwork because my one, June, was a stewardess early on and kept everything. There's flight logs, there's stewardess stuff, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyway, that's everything. And as I said, the next planned sale is February 2nd. And next week, the 26th, would be a live chat or maybe a work with me or another unboxing. Sometimes we've done a research night where, you know, we try to look stuff up, and if you're having trouble IDing something, you can give me the details and maybe I can look it up because I'm so used to having to do this because I started selling on eBay when it was only 2 years old. That was under a different name. And that's when I also found out when I snapped ligaments in my ankle and was in bed rest for weeks, for basically 2 solid months, that they don't have a health policy, or they didn't then. And so they just shut you down. So, because people couldn't get a hold of me because I didn't have laptops. Laptops were super expensive. Nobody had a laptop at home. And I couldn't come down the stairs, so I couldn't see, and cell phones didn't do email then. Matter of fact, cell phones were, people had Blackberries then. They didn't have a cell phone. That's how long ago that was. So now I've got everything restarted, and I have eBay and Etsy, and Instagram and the YouTube channel, and they're all the same name, Thisoverstuffedhouse. So I'm used to having to do research. It's so much easier now. The web is so much easier to use. So, well, I'm glad you like that. And I thank you guys all for being here. I see we still have 31 people. Thank you all for coming and staying. I hope the new ones who came from Steph and Helen's sale, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. It is usually an odd mix. Sometimes I have vintage glass. Sometimes this one was kind of like, you know, I'm unpacking boxes. Let's throw it all together and see what sticks kind of thing. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes it does. That may be happening more considering I now have all this to go through. By all means, though, subscribe and hit the notification bell for all. I know a lot of the bigger YouTubers say, oh, well, you have to be on a set schedule of when you post this or when you're going to go. The only set schedule I have is Thursday nights at 11 is when I'm going live, because I got all this. I got 5 kittens. I have a disabled brother. And I've got a roof that is leaking into a full-size trash can upstairs. that, you know, there have been nights where it's rained so hard, I've had to cancel my sale because Mike was working and so my son was working, so I had to be the one here keeping track of it. And it's gotten so bad, even though it's not as bad as it was because he fixed some of it, but it's still an issue. And sometimes the water made it down to the second floor, and it made it to the first floor, third floor roof, second floor landing is where the hole is, and because it dropped part of the ceiling up there. So yeah. So the only set thing I have, and I'm trying to get to where Sundays at 2 o'clock are a work with me. But we knew all this was coming. So we've only had what, one or two so far. I would like to make that a more steady thing. But hit the bell and change it to all notifications so you get the notifications, because it is sporadic except for Thursday nights at 11. I'm on the East Coast, but 11 was when I was home from work. I would get out of working for Wawa at 10 o'clock and I'd be home in time to change clothes and be able to quick do a live sale. And since I've got a following now at 11 p.m., I'm leaving it that way at 11 p.m. So I hope you all enjoyed yourselves and the new ones got a taste of what this overstuffed house is about. And I hope you had fun. And I look forward to seeing you come back and join the fun and hear about the kitties. There's plenty of old videos you can check out, including the one that tells you how I got an overstuffed house. That's an important one. There's some that are just on the kitties that I rescued. We've had 6 adoptions now because we have not heard from. Now she is a nurse in an ER. She could have gotten busy, but she did not come on Saturday. So I don't know if Arwen is getting adopted or not. We'll see if I hear from her again. We'll see what happens. But at the moment, then if she doesn't, then we're 6-0. Six adoptions that did not go through for the 2 kittens that we still needed to be adopted. And my son moves out in the spring. He's taking 2 of them. So that would at least help with that. But okay. Yes, the doctor is relaxing up there on a box. She's found a new perch. So I guess she'll be sleeping up there for a while. until I let him out. And then Gimli will be an idiot. He's almost as big as she is. He's bigger than his brothers. Certainly bigger than his sister. And Gimli will probably try to go up there and join her, and she will have none of it. She doesn't want any of them too close to her. But he keeps pushing that envelope all the time. Creates problems. I hear them. They're clawing at the door. They want out. They've been down there this whole time. They're not usually allowed in the basement this long. I just couldn't tonight. There's just too little space, and they always want to try to climb on me. They hear me talking. They think I'm talking to them. I just couldn't. Not in this tight little area. Maybe next week. Hopefully next week. Well, what am I saying? Hopefully. Next week, I will be back at the desk over in Warehouse 13, which is the living room, where I have more space because I'll be getting... No, we're not going to open another box. It is not early. It is going on 2 o'clock in the morning for me, and I have to get up tomorrow and take care of some things. I got my paperwork to reapply for my insurance, so I have to take care of that first thing tomorrow. So we've been on almost 3 hours. I usually try to keep it to 2. Doesn't matter too much if I have a doctor's appointment though in the mornings. It's got to be just 2 hours. Because I'm not a morning person. It's not easy to get me up in the morning. So Linda, you'll probably love it if I get to do work with me. Now, right now, there's not any space left. So I'm not sure how I'll work that out if I can do that on Sunday or not. But hopefully we'll get something done. It also depends on if I hear from my sister what's going on Sunday. So Have a good night, everybody. And if you don't see a video before, you will certainly see me. You should see the next tidying up video on the house on Wednesday. That should drop at 6 o'clock that night, Eastern time. And then the live chat on next Thursday at 11. And we'll see what we find to do that night. And then February 2nd, the first Thursday in February, will be the next live sale. And in the meanwhile, I got all this to deal with. And I got a big box of Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter toys that are all unopened that have got to get onto eBay. So I've got my work cut out for me. So see you next time. Good night.